Hey folks, I'm gonna clean off my filter lenses here, get rid of those ghost blobs. I clear the camera lens quite frequently, but for some reason I never thought about the filters on the camera case. That looks a lot better. They've been snowed on, they've been rained on, and just little bits of dirt accumulating. So anyways, at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about the virus, and I start having a problem with my voice. And I kind of refer to the beginning of this, because I actually recorded that part separately before I'm doing this, so I kind of talk back to this part, stating how I'm not sure how my voice is going to be at the beginning of the video. So once you get to that part, let you know right now that my voice is cleared up and I can talk again. So now a little bit of a worry that I had is negligent, not a problem. So today's video I'm gonna show you all my most recent stuff. I went out several times actually, going past the construction areas, and Cody came to visit last week or a week before or something like that, and we were looking at the construction across from Tim Hortons, and we got talking about McDonald's, because I know McDonald's is supposed to be here somewhere. And shortly after he went back home, he sent me an article stating that McDonald's is definitely going to be here at that intersection. And apparently, according to the article, they're already looking for help to hire, so it's definitely going to be McDonald's, but I still don't know which one's which, because that intersection can also be, the one on the other side of Tim Hortons. So, sitting at Tim Hortons, with the camera pointed towards the construction, and I see a sign across the road, and the sign just happens to say McDonald's, so okay, McDonald's is going on that corner, and I know there's a gas station going in there because I saw them burying the tanks. So the one on the other side of Tim Hortons, between there and the rec center, apparently it's going to be a gas station too, because they got 4 big tanks sitting there that they're waiting to put in the ground. So that will be 5 gas stations in Wingham now. So I think we pretty much got that market covered. But going into Timmy's, I go around the back now. I go through the truck parking all the time, because it makes it easier. If I see the wheelchair ramp from the end, I can tell which cars I need to go around and if I can go straight in or not. And it's a lot harder to do if I come from the other direction. So it makes it easier to go that way. So going around the back, and construction there, I see a truck stuck in the mud. It's jerking around wildly, so I know he's spinning the tires. So after after I grab my coffee, I go head over there and take a look. And at this point, they're burying the tanks. They're only burying 3. They have 4 tanks here. The other one's kind of off to the side. So I sit here and watch them for a while. Well, my voice was working. I decided to get a better look at the truck that's stuck, because the excavator's heading back there to give him a hand. So I go sit and watch. I think the biggest problem the truck was having is there's I don't even know what to call it. Well, there's like a concrete manhole thing with a steel cover. He couldn't go any farther forward, so the excavator just kind of grabbed the front end of the tractor and just kind of pulled it around. So meanwhile, while this is going on, there's another truck behind me waiting to go in, and whatever reason, he decides to go in. He's got nowhere to go. I'm not sure why he wasn't waiting, but either way. So I knew he was going to be backing up again. So I just kind of moved to another position to get out of his way. And I was near watching, until I got bored. And decided to leave. So, I mentioned at the very end of the last video that we got a crap load of rain overnight. So the rivers are all swollen now. And I decided to cross over the highway and sit there and get a good look at it. And where I mentioned it looked like they were making an access road down to the river, and the water's like pretty much right to the top of it. Now, either it's incomplete, because there's just quite a drop off right at the end. You can see how steep it is. So it's kind of like they finished making the laneway up to that point, and they're going to wait till after the spring flooding before they finish it. Or the amount of distance that it travels past the wall, it could slant down behind the wall, like kind of from the vantage point I'm looking at it, it would be straight down away from me. So until I actually get out there to take a better look at it, then I don't know. But it definitely looks like a laneway anyways up to that point, so you have to wait and see, I guess. So it's kind of interesting. Today is the third day after that rain, and rivers are still up. Most of our snowpack is gone now, except for the mountains are still here, and anywhere that was drifted and just kind of piled up. Now that's gonna be here for a while yet. But temperatures still being what they are, they're going away slowly, but they're going away. So it's interesting. We've got all that rain that night, and most of the melt happened that night. And 3 days later, we're still getting flooding. It takes a while for it to all drain off the land, apparently. So I get down to the boat launch, and kind of taking a look at things. And I go around the back of the other building. I believe it's a pump house. And I sit there watching the water come through the main part of the dam, and it's quite aggressive today, and it's actually pretty loud and noisy. So I decide I want to take a better look at it from the other side. So I go up over the trail bridge and go through an area I've never gone through before. So you've never seen me go through here. I kind of should take a bit of a shortcut around to the other side, and I sit down there for a bit. So that's about all that's really happened. I'm going to talk now about the virus, and I didn't really want to do this sitting at the computer. I wanted to talk to the camera specifically, so I waited till I got out in the garage when I went out today. And I knew I was going to be doing that, so I did that before I started this video. That's why this voiceover is actually after that video, so that I kind of make reference to the audio I'm making now in that video. So maybe a little bit confusing, but no. So here's what's happening. At the Tim Hortons, they have their roll up the rim contest starting. And the day before it starts, they're handing out, I think it was 1.6 million free reusable cups. Well, I get there, and there's signs all over the store stating that these reusable cups, due to health concerns, as they put it, are not going to be allowed to be used, because they don't want things going over the counter back and forth between the customers and the workers, spreading this virus. So okay, no big deal. They're not giving out these cups anymore. Doesn't affect me. I've already got one. I wasn't going to grab one anyways. Well, now, I don't remember. I think I found out the day before the contest started. Not 100% sure. It was either the day it started or the day before. I don't remember. But now they've canceled the entire roll-up thing. So all the paper cups that have the roll-up tab on them, they're being junked. They said they're going to recycle them appropriately. And the $30 million worth of prizes that were on those cups have been transferred over to their online game. I'm not exactly sure how they're doing it, because the first half of the contest was going to be the physical roll-up cups, and the second half was going to be online. So it's all online now. So I'm not sure how they're doing it. But either way, you still have to go in the store to buy a coffee, a physical coffee, before you can play the online game anyway, so, you know. It is what it is, right? So, anyways, I've been asked about this a few times, so I'm not worried about the virus itself, but I am going to talk about the one concern that I have. Well, as for the virus, I'm not going to go too in depth with it. I expect to get it. I will explain why in a little bit. As for what's involved with it, I'll let you decide that. I have my opinions, but they're my opinions. How bad it's gonna get, I'll let you decide that too. I have no doubt at some point in time everybody will be exposed to it. Not everybody's gonna get it, but I think we'll all be exposed to it at one point in time. And if it's only affecting elderly people or people with underlying health issues, at some point in time we're all going to know somebody that's died from it. I'm not panicking. I don't care one way or the other. I expect to get it, which I explained. But I'm not worried about it. I'm not panicked. I'm prepared for it. I'm ready. But I just lost my thought. I started preparing for it at the beginning of January when I saw what was happening. I saw it coming. And other people just kind of ignoring it. That's, it's not going to affect us or whatever. And all of a sudden they're seeing it here and they're freaking out. That's kind of what I was prepared for. I'm not preparing for the illness itself. I'm preparing for the panic. Because it's human nature, and that's kind of what people are doing now. So I avoided all of that by getting in early. If you can have it up to a month without showing symptoms, then I may already have it. People around me may already have it and not even know it. So it's kind of hard to really avoid. My biggest issue is Tim Hortons. Obviously, I have a hard time going out and not stopping there. And the Roll Up the Rim contest that has now started, that has been affected by it. Oh, excuse me. Their big thing this year was to encourage being environmentally friendly. So they kind of broke up the contest into two parts. The first half was going to be the roll-up cups. And you roll up the rim and find out whether you win something or not. And the second half was going to be online. And the reason for that is they won't be distributing as many, disposable cups. Not that it matters, because people are still going to be buying regular coffee anyway. But March 9th, 10th, March 10th, the day before the contest started, they were supposed to be handing out, I think it was 1.6 million free reusable cups. I already have one, so I wasn't worried about that. This kind of go along with their, incentive to be environmentally friendly. Well, before the contest started, I showed you the picture. That was cancelled because they didn't want reusable cups going back and forth across the counter. It's just kind of a safety thing for people that work behind the counter. So, like I say, that didn't affect me. I got to turn off my strobe light. Then, when the contest actually was about to start, they canceled the roll-up cups altogether, and they're redistributed the prizes that were to be won with the cups into their online program, so it's all online now. Problem I have with that is to play the online game, at least the first half anyways, the part that's going right now, you still have to buy a coffee. And I'm kind of trying to limit my exposure right now. Like I say, I don't care if I don't want it. I'm not going to go around licking surfaces or anything, but I don't care if I get it. If I get it, I get it. But I look forward to the roll-up program every year. I tend to spend more. I tend to buy more coffees. Sometimes I'll go out more than once a day. And that's still going to happen. Even though we don't have the physical roll-up cups, I'm still going to go so I can roll up online. So their concern is the health of everybody. They should have canceled it altogether. Or just have like a daily roll-up. You don't actually have to buy you don't have to buy a drink to play. As I say that, I get thinking, well, where's their profit, right? Giving away prizes and you're not actually buying anything, so I don't know. But here's the thing, and this is why I expect to get it. Our Tim Hortons is at the intersection of two major highways here. The panic is now happening. There's no case clusters anywhere near us. The closest one was in London, which is probably a 2-hour drive away. People are panicking. They're buying everything off the shelves in the grocery stores, which I anticipated, so I avoided that. And the stores are running out. There's no imports coming in right now because of the virus. The length of time that it can stay on surfaces is kind of stopping things. I've had things stop at the border that I've ordered, and I just can't get them. So the store supplies are going to be running down. I'm not going to be able to replenish them. Plus, in Canada itself, we have the blockades that the indigenous people are doing, and that's all I'll say about that. So we don't have product. Well, there's trucks. Trucks are still running, but we don't have product movement through the country for the most part. There's ships sitting in the ocean waiting to dock that can't dock because the ports are full of containers, because the containers aren't being shipped out because the rail lines are blocked. So, there's so much affecting our food chain right now, and well, not just food, but our product chain. So the stores aren't going to be replenished all that quickly if they are. And so when the cities run out, guess where they're going to go? They're going to come to our rural communities, right? So if the virus is in the cities, they're going to bring it to us for that reason. The other issue with that, well, for example, if you're desperate, you need food or whatever, if you're panicked, which people are doing, like I said, then it's not going to be too much to do a 2-hour drive to get to us, to get what it is that they need. And I know this is going to happen. I know people have talked about that. They've told people that, everybody's panicking, and those of you who live in communities, it's like, well, we're fine because nobody here's panicking and all this. And, well, the point is, other people they're coming to get your goods. So, if you need it, get it now, because if not, we're coming to get it, type thing. So they're spreading the panic there. And I found out, I'm not sure how all the stores here work, but at Value Mart, I talked to them about it. We are at the bottom of the food chain. So the cities run out, they will get replenished first, and whatever's left over will come to us. So city folk will come here, drain us out, they get replenished, we still have nothing, right? So now this isn't just a city problem. It's going to affect everybody one way or another, even if the virus itself never gets here, but like I say, there's people coming here from the cities, they're going to bring it here. That's one way. The other way I got thinking originally is, if I do get it, it's going to come from Tim Hortons. And the reason for that is we have 2 months before the camping season starts. One of the highways is a major route for the seasonal travelers, and they come through on their way up to the cottage and the campgrounds, and they stop at our Timmy's. So I figured if it's going to come here, that's when it's going to happen. So I figured we're good for a couple months. But I got thinking not that long ago, a couple days ago, or even yesterday, there's another way that it might be here right now. Truck drivers. We have a lot of trucks come through here. We have a lot of truckers that stop at Timmy's. Truckers go all over the place. They could be anywhere. So the virus could be here right now. We don't know it yet because of the incubation period. You can have it for so long without even knowing it. So I may even have it now and not know. But like I said, I'm not worried about it. I'm not panicked. I don't care. So, but I haven't asked about this, and as far as precautions, I haven't been. I touch things all the time. With my balance issues and my weakness, I always grab handrails. I open doors. I don't have protective gloves on. And with my eyes watering all the time, they get itchy. I wipe the water, the tears away. I'm losing my voice already. I haven't even been talking that long. Plus, I tend to choke on my coffee a lot, which causes more tears. But I get the little hard, crusty things in my eyes, and they get annoying, and I'm constantly rubbing my eyes, so... Like I say, I might have it already. I always lose my voice when I talk for a while, but this is different. I had really hard, scratchy. In others, I might have it. I remember what I was talking about now. Now, yes. So I'm always touching things. I'm using all my cash right now on Timmy's just to get rid of it, because that's another thing that's going to be passing back and forth over the counter. So like that. So it's a matter of time before they stop accepting that, so I'm trying to get rid of what I got. I've already got the app set up so I can use the app. I just did a couple of times to figure out how it works, so they go cashless, so I'm ready for that. Oh, I don't like that. So as far as washing my hands go, it's kind of pointless, because by the time I get home, the damage is done anyways, right? Coffee usually takes care of that problem. It's not working. So what's my biggest fear with all this? My mother. She's in her 80s now. She's in a retirement home. She goes to McDonald's every day, just like I go to Timmy's every day, right? That's my biggest fear. My second biggest is my oldest sister. She's diabetic. She's in her 60s. And those are my two biggest fears. I know I'm not the only one worried about my mother. As I talked to one of my other sisters, and she's thinking the same thing. So, like I say, it's gonna affect everybody one way or another. And I'm pretty sure we're all gonna know somebody that's died from this. So those are my only fears when it comes to this. If it comes down to quarantines and that, Zach's gonna be lost, because he's the only one that's really working amongst us, and it's gonna be rough for all of us if if shops closed up. Because what a lot of people aren't realizing is, if we're quarantined, we can't go to work. Even if we're not, the supply chain is shut down right now. People aren't going to be able to get supplies to make products, therefore the businesses won't be running. You won't have a job to go to anyways. Wow. So it's going to be rough for a while. See, my eyes watering again. 'Cause it's almost like I'm choking. But it's kind of normal anyways, you know, from my previous videos. When I talk too long, I start to do this, but so I'll have to wait and see how I feel tomorrow. If this continues throughout the day without talking, then I think it might be time for me to self-quarantine. And it's going to be hard to do. I got thinking about that. I could probably manage for about a week. But after that, I don't know. Even if I just go for a drive, not actually go to any stores or anything, not stop anywhere, just go for a drive, just to get out. I'm not making contact with anybody. Or even just come out to the garage here and do some work on the monster or something. I think I would be okay with that. Because if I get sick, I'm not going to the hospital. It's kind of pointless. Because if you look at the statistics, it's a lot worse than what we're being told. And I'm not saying there's any kind of conspiracy or anything. Oh my goodness. The stats are based on people that have been tested. Not a lot of people have been tested. And a lot of people that can't get tests, they're not being tested because there aren't enough tests. So it is worse than what we're being told. Just for that reason alone. And in our little town, I can't see it. We're not going to be high priority for testing. And a lot of people are being sent home anyways. Just saying, you know, quarantine yourself. Don't make contact with people. So, what's the point of going to the hospital and infect everybody there? Just to be told to go home and not to contact people, you know, so I'm just going to lay in bed. And if I die, then I die. I really, at this point in my life, I ain't not worried about it. When I was younger, I would have freaked out. I'd probably be one of the panickers right now. But at this stage in my life, just what's going on, I don't care. So it's kind of in God's hands. That's how I look at it. Like I say, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. If I die, I die. It's not up to me. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. So, you know, why worry about it? So, I think that's all the points I wanted to cover. All I can say is it's coming. It may be here. And judging by how I feel right now, I might have it. So, I'm going to see how things go tomorrow or tonight, see how I feel tonight. But definitely tomorrow when I wake up, see how I feel. And just kind of decide whether it's time to quarantine myself. Oh, excuse me. Worst case scenario, I should say, best case scenario, and when all this is over with and it's past, it'll be summer. Temperatures will be warmer. I'll be a happy person. But until then, I guess we'll just kind of see what's going on. I'm spending most of my day at the computer right now. I spend pretty much all my waking hours word I could use, but examining what's going on everywhere in the world, and without going into detail, just everything I see, it all seems to be connected. So, and you can read into that what you want. I'm not going to go in depth on it. Ask me about it, I'm not going to. But this is why I'm watching. This is why I'm kind of keeping an eye on everything. And this isn't something that just, you gotta sit in the front of the TV and get information on, even come home from work or whatever and spend a couple hours on. You're not going to find the information that I find, because it takes a lot of searching, and I have the time to do it. Unfortunately, like I say, I spend every waking hour pretty much on it. Unfortunately, there's so much happening, it's getting harder to do. It's harder to keep up. So I tend to follow the research other people are doing, because their people are only concentrating on certain things. So I take their summaries and just kind of put everything together that way. It saves me time. They've already done the research for me. So that's why I haven't really been putting videos out. I just haven't had the time to do it. This video here was just kind of quickly put together. I just kind of wanted to sit here and talk about this rather than, just sit at my computer and just hear my voice. I can talk directly to you this way. And I haven't made the voiceover for the first part of this video yet, so I can't really comment on it, but we'll see how my voice was. So the first part of this video was made after I've done this, so we'll see how my voice. It seems to be a little bit better now than it was a few minutes ago, so I don't know. But I guess I don't really have anything else to say. Right now I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time and see how things go. Like I say, I expect to be affected when we're even, not just the virus itself, just the fallout from it, I expect to be affected from. So, but time will tell, and we'll see. I don't know anybody that has it yet. My roommate knows somebody that knows someone that does. That's as close as it's got to us so far. But it'll come eventually. So I don't know what else to say other than I'll keep you updated. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Stay safe.